there are lots of providers out there doing audits for clients, a lot of accountants doing audits for clients, and a myriad of other organizations. And that's obviously for the reason that it is a compliance requirement for a lot of employers. The difficulty with other providers doing it as opposed to a law firm, I think, fall into three buckets. The first is expertise. So I have been trained for the last 20 years in employment law. I know how to read an award. I know what the award says. I know how to interpret an award. And that is the first place you start with any audit. If you don't know which classification an employee is supposed to be classified under, your audit's wrong. Doesn't matter how beautiful the bells and whistles and how quickly you can do it. You're putting the person in the wrong bucket. Your result's going to be wrong. And for my part, the accountants and the other providers don't have the skill to identify the issues in the award that require identification. So employees in that audit can be classified and dealt with appropriately. So that's point one, and probably the most important point. The second bucket really is the idea of privilege. Now, for most employers, the purpose of an audit is to ensure, I hope, that they're doing the right thing and they're paying their employees properly. But the downside of that, or the ancillary of that, is if they're not, they're incurring an underpayment. And underpayments are something that the Fair Work Ombudsman are right on to, and they're prosecuting. And when we say prosecuting, they come into people's businesses, they ask for documents, they ask for everything that they can look at. And a wage audit that a lawyer does is covered by legal professional privilege, not required to be provided in those circumstances. Any other audit done by anyone else doesn't have that protection. And the third bucket really relates to the ability of lawyers to interpret the results. So if you've got an accountant or anybody else, they'll just give you a spreadsheet. Yes, you're over. No, you're not. Or this is what the number is. What we will do is provide you advice on the compliance aspect of that audit. So are your pay slips correct? What are the issues? Why are you not complying? Because in this area, there's this issue with this part of the award or whatever. And I think that piece is missing from everybody else. So those are the three main areas why I think we stand very separately to providers in market.